given Nvidia has run so much in the past 10 years, do you think it's good time to take some profits? Thank you, Zerobit. First of all, I actually wrote a paper on this yesterday. I came up with a new phrase. It's not FOMO, it's called Pomo. And I call that the pain of missing out. This basically goes into deep psychology of investing. Do not let your reptilian brain take control of your actions. Read this paper. It's free on Substack. Check it out. Read it twice. I've been studying the brain for 35 years. I still don't understand it, but I know not to let it make decisions. That's why I build models. I let the models make the decisions. But that touches on Pomo and an experience that I had with Pomo. So, for example, first of all, I did sit out on the hype trade in January 2025, telling myself, oh, tokenomics or shit. I basically talked myself out of it. Not good. And it's been tearing upwards. And then finally, I think at $38, I bit the bullet, okay, and got into a heavy perp, and that's paying off royally. So basically, I stopped sulking and I took action, and I caught up by doing a heavy perp, which is very risky. I do not advise that unless you know what you're doing. But the point here is NVIDIA. I did sell 80% of my NVIDIA in 2024 when it got above 150, thinking exactly the same thing that you think. It's kind of fairly valued. And then April 8th happened. I was watching it and I was like, wow, the numbers are still good. They're still beating earnings. And looking at AI and the growth and the new tax rules, it's like, this is going to be nuts. And I was looking for an opportunity to get back in. And that happened on April 8th when it fell down to 88. Notice the 8s, they're a good luck number. And I believe in good luck numbers too. But I YOLO'd into a whole bunch of SLs at this level and grew my position to 5% of my portfolio from 0.7%. And then that too has grown a lot since then. Okay. So I had a second bite of the apple not to be sidelined. Would I sell NVIDIA again? Maybe if I see a huge spike and I believe it could take a big downturn. But for now, I'm holding on because if you look at some of the price targets for 2030, Boston Consulting Group, $800. That's not bad from where we are now. That's a 5x. Permutable AI for 3,300 by 2029. Very bullish. Take that with a huge grain of salt. And Benzinga, analyst consensus, a whole bunch of really good analysts on Benzinga believe it'll go to $1,014 by 2030. That's a 6x plus, 7x. So I believe it's worth it. This is the linchpin of AI, and NVIDIA owns the data center, and data centers are being built like there is no tomorrow. Look at the names in this list. Samsung, AI chip, ARM, Micron, Marvell, AMD, SK, Broadcom, TSMC. They're all irrelevant almost compared to what NVIDIA does at the data center level. And data centers will be built like there's no tomorrow. So check out some of my data center posts on Patreon too over the last couple of weeks. Next, also just one thing to highlight is how big AI is. Oracle had a historic week going up like 40% in a day because of their backlog of nearly $500 billion. Okay. One little company that was trading at $500 billion has now $500 billion in backlog. Again, I'll repeat that. $500 billion market cap with $500 billion in backlog a couple of days ago. Now, to put that in perspective, US GDP is 30 trillion. And that's about 7.59 trillion a quarter. And if you take this $500 billion over 30 trillion, Oracle backlog is worth 1.5% of US GDP. And in one quarter, it's worth 6%. Just to show you how big AI is and how the demand for this is through the roof. Okay. So I'm holding on to my NVIDIA because of that.